Good morning guys, welcome in the new video. Today I've got for you very interesting topic about selectors, how to separate them, how to use it in the other tests. So first let's create a new file, selectors test.cy.ts in our E2E folder. Okay, so we want to go to the automation test store, click login or register button, fill these inputs and click login. So we can use our code from the previous lesson. Let's copy it, let's paste it. We can change selectors test and the same in the it block. So what we want to change is to go to the main page and then check title, because in the previous lesson we started from the URL with login. Now we want to change it. Okay, this is a title of this website. Next we want to get this button, which is ID customer menu top. Okay, cy get hashtag because it's ID and click it. Okay, and next, after clicking here, we are on the login page. So this is the last part of this test, which was in previous lesson. Okay, so let's save it and let's check. For now we have hard-coded values in the selectors. So let's check if it's working using Chrome. Selectors test. Yes, works perfectly. Go to the automation test store, check title, get this element, click it. Next we are on the login page, fill this input, check if it's visible, check if our value is filled. The same with the password. Then click login button and expected URL account. So now we know that our user is logged. So how to separate these selectors? Because for example, if we will have the same test but different values here, for example test etc, we want to use these selectors. Also, when developers change this selector, we can go to the structure of the code and change it. But first I want to show you, probably you know aliases from the Cypress. So first I want to show you, if you don't know aliases, how Cypress cover it, and next I want to show you different way to separate selectors. So as you can see here, we have get login form login name. Okay, maybe let's start from here because this is first selector, and we can use .s and our custom name, for example button login. Okay, and now we want to click it. Let's check if it works, because for now we save this login selector as our custom name. And in the logs in the Cypress, as you can see, here we have customer menu top aliased as button login. So this is an information that Cypress saved this value as alias. Now how to load this value? Maybe do something like this, CY get, and use add, and now this name, and then click it. So let's grab ID customer menu top and save it as button login, and now get this button login, so load this value and then click it. Let's check if it works, and as you can see, we get this element and alias it as button login. Now found an alias for button login. So that's how it works in Cypress. But the problem is here, because when we want to do the same test and we want to use this alias, so we don't want to get, because we want only use this alias button login. Here we save this alias, and in the other test we want to only load this value. Let's check if it works. First test and the second test, and as you can see, could not find a registered alias for button login. You have not aliased anything yet. So as you can see, aliases are working only in the same it, and also I checked it in the custom commands, and also there is a problem. So I've got for you other proposition where to separate the selectors and use it in all tests, in custom commands, etc. So let's delete this alias. Okay, and now go, for example, to the support. Let's create file selectors selectors.ts, and now create a constant variable, for example main page, and create an JavaScript object. So let's go to our test, and we want to just take this value, go to our selectors ts, and we want to name as we want, for example button login, and we want a value, and we paste this value from the test. Okay, this is from the main page. As you can see, we go to the main page, and we want to have different constant variable for the main page, and when we go to the login, we want to also have different variable for this. So let's create another variable. Login page is equal to, create a JavaScript object, and we want to have this input, so input login. We will copy it from the test, and input password, also we will copy it from the test, and button login in the login page, page. Okay, go to our test. Here we have copied, here we have login name. Let's copy whole value, maybe open in the Oh, sorry. Let's open, yes, in the new view, just to hold Alt and click on the file, so you can have two different tabs and it's easier to copy these values. Okay, login input, sorry, input login, input password, and button login. Okay, so now how to use it. First we need to export this, because if we want to import to the test this whole selectors, we need to export, export const main page, export const login page. So now let's import it in our test. Import main page, it's an object, so we need curly brackets, main page, yes, and it's automatically know the path from support selectors. And the same we can use import login page selectors, maybe, because it will be easier to understand. It is not page object, it is selector. Yes, so it's declared, but it's never used. Okay, it's never read. No problem, we want to read it. Okay, so go here, type login page selectors, and if I click dot, I have some proposition. But we first want to import from the main page selectors. And we have one only, button login. So get main page selectors, and from the main page selectors get button login. Easy to read, to understand. Also it's in the different color than here we have, so I think that's a good proposition for you. If you want, I recommend to use it, but also you can use aliases. Maybe you have some other proposition to use, but today I want to show you using JS objects, separate selector as JS objects. So get a login selectors, login page selectors, and first we have input login, the same here, login page selectors, input password, and the same here, login page selectors, button login. Okay, so now let's save it and check if it works. Yes, works perfectly, so that's amazing. So now let's check if it works in order it. For example, we want the same test, just copy it, selector test 2 and now we want to don't fill input password, so let's comment this line of code and check if it works with the selectors separated. Selectors test 2, yes, works perfectly. Get this selector, check if it is visible, next type, and next expected value. So as you can see, it is easy to use. Just to create a file, export constant variable, here we have objects. Next we need to import it as an object, so in curly brackets, and then you can get element with the name of this object, and inside we have some values. So that's topic for today. And also I have another maybe tip for you, how to use selectors but partial of the text. For example, let's skip this. We want to log in, and next we want to log out. So let's save the file. Okay, and we have here, when we go here, here, account and logout. So let's inspect this element because we want to log out. And as you can see, account, here we have some drop downs, account. I want to cover case when we want to log out. Specials, accounts. Okay. Menu checkout. Let me check. Okay, it works when we hover, yes. Let's check this button. Okay, let's now click it, this all menu. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, we get element, but we want to click it. Okay, and now we have logout after clicking. Oh, here is many logout, but we don't want to take data ID many logout. We want to use this href. Sometimes you can have in a project only href, not ID. So let's check how it works with this href tag. Let's copy it. Now let's get this element. Okay, I think we don't need to click on this menu because it's in the structure, in the DOM. Okay, let's check with click on the menu. Okay, still we are okay. This element is not visible and more. Okay, it has 6 elements and we also want to click it. Sorry for that. Multiple true. Okay, so let's, because there are, as you can see, 6 elements with this href tag and also its hidden element. So let's add get this element by index. If you want to grab by index, you need EQ and number of the index. 0 is the first index. So let's check if it works. Okay, with the false true because it's hidden. Sorry. Okay, click, and now we are logged out because we have here login or register. So I think this we can skip this line. Let's check again. Okay, yeah, now works perfectly. So maybe comment these lines, it will be easier to debug. Let's delete it. So as you can see, here we have href tag and it is very long. Let's move it to our main page, selectors, button logout, and here we have this long selector. Let's check if it will work with load this value from the object, main page selectors, button logout. Let's check. Yeah, works correctly because we have login register. Yeah. So now I want to show you how you can just take part of this href tag because it is very long. So here we have href is equal to and all value, but if you add star here, star is equal to, and maybe take just this part, let's delete first part, and we have only account logout. So let's check if it works. Yeah, works correctly. Yeah, find this element with href account logout, check first of the element and click for true, and now it works correctly. So I also show you how you can use just partial of the selector just using this star. So we can also use here, but remember, if there is, for example, let's check, we need to change it because, for example, input login, and we need to add something like that, id star equal, and just part of this element, login name. So now let's comment it. I know it's not so short, but I just want to show you how you can use this just part of the element, comma, because it's object. Let's save it. Yeah, works perfectly. So today I show you two nice different part with the selectors. First I show you how you can use with the Cypress aliases, which is okay, but I show you different way to load values from the selectors from the objects. So also I show you how you can use just part of the selectors. Hopefully this video is helpful for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you are not subscribed this channel, please add like, subscribe, and see you in the next lecture. Thank you. Bye.